All right, so today we're going to talk a little bit about some trigger points and some foam rolling. We're going to go over three really important parts of the body. Today we're going to go over the IT band, your glutes, and your pecs. So we're going to start with your IT bands. So if you don't have a foam roller, I highly suggest you get one. And I prefer the ones that have the PVC pipe inside. The ones that are solid foam can really break down over time. So I would recommend you get one with a PVC pipe. All right, so let's go into our IT bands. Your IT band goes from your knee all the way up into your hip. This can get really tight if you sit all day or if you're a runner. So really, really good if you have a desk job. Maybe do this at your lunchtime break, or maybe even after work when you get home. So we're gonna start just below your hip. You can come down on your forearm. It's a little bit more comfortable than up on your hand. And if this shoulder is quite sore, if you have shoulder injuries, you can stick another foam roller or some pillows underneath your rib cage to help support that shoulder. So the bottom leg is straight, the top leg is bent, and this foot is what's going to stabilize you and help move you. So start with your hips stacked on top of each other, and then slightly rotate forward just a little bit. And then from here, you're going to just start rolling on that IT band. So it's very small movements. And I like to stay doing the foam rolling for probably about a good 15 seconds before we move on. So 15 seconds just on this one spot. Then the second thing we're going to do on that same spot is start spanning the leg. I'm not bending at the knee. This is moving right from that hip socket. And again, probably another 15 seconds here with the spanning. And then you're going to try to bring your heel in towards your glutes, so your heel in towards your bum. This can tend to not feel very good. The tighter you are, the more tender this might be. Just notice, keep working on it, and it'll eventually start to feel better and better. Good, and when you have 15 seconds there, this is when you can start moving down. So then just go below where you were, start rolling again for about 15 seconds, start spanning that leg again for 15 seconds, and then heel into the bum for about 15 seconds. You can do that all the way down towards your kneecap, and then when you finish that line, you're gonna come back up to the top, and now instead of rotating your hips forward, you're gonna rotate your hips slightly back. And you're gonna do that exact same thing. So all the way from the hip, all the way down to the knee. 15 seconds of rolling, 15 seconds of spanning, and then 15 seconds of bringing that knee into your glute. Good, so that's the foam rolling of the IT band. And then next we're gonna move on to the foam rolling of your glute. All right, so now we're gonna roll up your glutes. We're gonna start by sitting on top of the foam roller. Put a hand behind you for support. This leg is straight. So if this leg is straight, it's that glute that we're working, okay? You can start just by doing this. This might be enough for you if your glutes are really tight, okay? So at stage one, if that's feeling okay, then start shifting a little bit more onto that glute. If this is feeling okay, or if you want something a little bit deeper, you're gonna bring this heel up onto that knee. Place your hand here for support, then foam roll on that glute. You can also move that knee in and out if you hit any really tender spots. I like to do each glute probably for about 60 to 90 seconds. Good. Again, this is really good to do if you've been sitting all day or traveling. And if a foam roller is not really doing it for you and you need something a little bit deeper, the next thing I'm going to show you is how to do it with a ball. All right, so now we're just gonna get into those glutes a little bit deeper. We're gonna use a lacrosse ball. I do recommend a lacrosse ball that's grippy and not the plastic kind. The plastic ones tend to slip out. So with this, you're going to just put that right underneath your glute. And I want you to think of your glute, if your sacrum's here, and the muscle fibers running like your fingers. So you want to run that ball just like this, all the way through those 5 fibers in your glute, working your way outwards. So for here, we're gonna roll, moving your hips, roll that ball outwards and envisioning that handprint and moving through those glute fibers. If this is feeling okay, you can intensify it by bringing that heel up to the knee again. And then same thing, from the center of the sacrum, moving outwards, thinking of the finger or the handprint, moving that inwards towards the outside of the glute. Again, if you find a really tender spot, you want to stay there, give it some love, let your weight sink in for a minute or so, and then you can start bringing that knee in and out as well. Okay. You can also bring that knee in towards your chest and back out. Okay, so just play with that, really start to loosen up those trigger points in that glute. All right, and the last thing we're going to show you in today's video is how to release your pec minor and pec major. So we tend to be quite internally rotated, so we're going to work on opening up this anterior chain to give you some more range of motion and help with your posture. So find your collarbone, and then you're going to find a little bit of a V or a little bit of a pocket at the top of that collarbone. That's where you want to start with this ball. So you're going to put that in there, come up against the wall, have some nice soft knees because you are going to want leverage to be able to move, and then find that spot that's going to be really quite sore. And when you find that spot, when you find that trigger point, you're going to allow your body to just relax into that ball. Give it about 15 seconds or so. When you feel it start to release, then you're going to go into an arm series. There's 3 things that we're going to do. So you're going to start with bringing that arm up to a 90 degree and see if you can get some external rotation. Might be a really small movement, that's okay. Good. And you can do about 10 of these, and then relax. And then you're going to do 10 rainbows. So with your palm facing the wall, you're going to come up as high as you can. And then come back all the way down. Again, we'll do 10 here. And you can also do 10 with your palm facing up. And the last one we're going to do to release that pec major and pec minor is to bring this hand behind you, give it a little tug to help lengthen that anterior chain, and then just move around there and see if you can find any other trigger points that need some love. All right, I hope that helps. Have fun.